Well, hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, joining us across the continent and beyond today. My name is Jesse. I'm here with Exploring by the Seat of Your Pants. And if you're joining us for the first time, we're all about bringing conservation, adventure, and science into classrooms around the world. Now, over the last 3 years, we have been so thrilled to partner with the amazing folks at the Rideau Hall Foundation for their Ingenious Plus Innovation Challenge. We've done a bevy of broadcasts with them, all of which are on our YouTube channel. If you want to check out Melissa Allen, David Brown, if you want to see people doing amazing lab tours, it is all right there. Type in Ingenious Plus and you'll see some really inspiring, incredible videos in this series. Today is momentous, but today is the last day of our broadcast series in partnership with them because the deadline for applications in Ingenious Plus is coming up very, very soon. I'm going to turn it over to Jill in just a few minutes to explain a little bit more about what this is all about, what the application deadline means, how you can take part, and more. But to kick off, I'm going to do a little bit of a primer introductory video before I bring it over to Jill, and then you guys will have the chance to meet our amazing guest speakers today. We've got a really great lineup for you. It should be a ton of fun. But without further ado, let's cue up that video.
I want to see myself a part of the solutions instead of sitting back waiting for other people to get there.
I'm inspired, and that's just a little clip. That was exciting. Jill, I'm going to turn it over to you to explain a little bit more about what Ingenious Plus is all about and dive into some of those details. So without further ado, welcome back, and so nice to see you again.
Hey, Jesse, I can't believe this is our last session together. We've just been on a roll here.
It's been a crazy few months since October. We got underway before we went officially live with the contest, and today we're close to wrapping it up. So please do share, and then we'll bring in our guest speakers to blow.
Absolutely. Well, for anyone who is joining us for the first time, I'm Jill, and I'm with Ingenious Plus at the Rideau Hall Foundation, and we are so pleased to be bringing you the third annual Ingenious Plus Youth Innovation Challenge. So we have an incredible lineup of innovators here to speak with us today, and I really could not be more excited because they're so wonderful, and we will get to them in just a minute. But first, I want to talk about Ingenious Plus, Canada's Youth Innovation Challenge. So if you are passionate about generating solutions to community, Canadian, and global challenges, Ingenious Plus gives youth in Canada aged 14 to 18 the opportunity to innovate for good. Now, we hear this word innovation tossed around a lot, but what exactly does it mean? To us, innovation is simply about doing something better and making an impact. So this includes improving on a product, service, or process, or creating something completely new that solves a problem or simply makes the world a better place. So as we saw in the video, there are 5 categories that you can tackle to make the world better through innovation. We have community and civic engagement, climate change in the environment, equity and inclusion, health and well-being, and technology and entrepreneurship. So you can see there are no shortage of ways to innovate and no limits to the problems that we can solve. So often we think that innovation is technical, scientific, mathematic, and yes, it is, that's true. But innovation is also social, community-minded, entrepreneurial, health-focused, and all overall compassionate. So you don't have to be a genius in engineering. You just have to want to improve the world around you. And there's no need to go it alone. Our innovators all stress the importance of teamwork and collaboration. So grab some friends, put your heads together, and challenge each other to do something great. This challenge invites you to present your innovation projects and ideas, and this is your chance to showcase your innovation in an exceptional network of Canada's most successful innovators, some of whom are with us today. You will have the chance to win entry into this network and also the chance to receive up to $10,000. I may have buried the lead a little on that. Submissions are open now, and they close as of February 22nd, which is just around the corner, but no worries. We are here to support you. All of the information that you need to apply and receive up to $10,000 are on our website at ingeniusplus.ca. So check us out. There are resources there on how to hit the mark on making your application really stand out. So please send us your ideas, and the next great Canadian innovator could be you. So without further ado, let's invite our guest speakers to join us and share their innovation stories. I am so excited to have with us Simone Beshtoev, who was our Year 2 Ingenious Plus Regional Winner for the Abbey Business Club. The Abbey Business Club is an initiative aimed at equipping young women with the knowledge and skills needed to succeed in the business world. Through mentorship programs, workshops, and networking opportunities, they empower young women to overcome the barriers they face and make a difference in the world of business. Hello, Simone.
Hi there. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, thank you so much for being here. We're so excited that you are in our Ingenious Plus network. You have been such a great supporter and contributor, and we're so happy to be able to be supporting you and the Abbey Business Club. Tell us more about the business club, what it's doing, and where it's going.
Yeah, so I'm actually live from Loretto Abbey. This is my school, and the bell is actually about to go off in about 4 minutes, so apologies in advance. But the Abbey Business Club is my brainchild from 2022. I came to this school and I wanted to get into business. I was so excited about it, and I noticed there wasn't really a business club in my community. And so what started as just a desire to get more into business and learn more about it branched into me kind of doing more research on business and specifically women in business. And I discovered that there are actually some barriers to women in business that I didn't even fully know about. So doing some research, I realized that there are sometimes some glass ceilings for women in business, and there aren't that many mentors to learn from that are very publicly kind of available on the internet. So I learned that only 8% of Fortune 500 CEOs are women, which was a massive surprise to me, naturally. And through talking to mentors of women that run international NGOs and run businesses, I learned that there are often some barriers to women in business, specifically revolving around community. So it's very easy to succeed, as we can tell, when you have a community lifting you up and encouraging you to succeed. But when there's a lack of communication, or when there's a lack of community and an uplifting environment for women, it can be a barrier for them to succeed in the business world. So coming from a school like my school with a 400-year legacy of empowering women through education, I kind of wanted to carry on that legacy, and I wanted to contribute to that and help build a community that could help young women succeed in business. So I wanted to help teach important life skills to girls that sometimes we don't get to learn, and also build that community of uplifting each other and giving each other opportunities and learning from mentors who are women and women identifying. So it has been a wonderful journey, and I'm just so happy to be here and to be part of the community that I first looked for, and then I helped to build when I didn't find it.
Wow, I love to hear the passion coming through when you're talking about the business club and, again, the community that it's built. And I think that's so incredible. We're so impressed by you, Simone. So you have this great idea for the Abbey Business Club. And at what point did you decide to submit this project to Ingenious Plus? How kind of far along were you in your journey?
Okay, so this might seem like a little bit of a relief to any of you listening, but I submitted to the Ingenious Plus Youth Innovation Challenge as a completely spur of the moment thing. It was very last minute. I did not find out about it until just a few days before the application deadline. So if you're even listening to this right now, you're already ahead of the game. You're not out of time. I encourage you to still submit. I only heard about it through some mutual friends on a very last minute thing. Oh, there goes the bell. I'll give that a second.
No worries. That's awesome.
Okay, there we go. It's done. So since the Abbey Business Club has such a strong focus on sharing knowledge and empowerment and opportunities for women in business, I thought it would be worth a shot to submit as soon as I found out. And I was just like, you know what is there to lose? And I realized that it could be I wanted to be part of an organization like the Rito Hall Foundation. I wanted to kind of contribute to this cause because it's an amazing cause. And my advice to all of you listening is just to give it a shot, because I mean, like I would like to say from the Abbey Business Club is do a cost benefit analysis, weigh the opportunity cost. What do you have to lose by submitting? And the answer is absolutely nothing, and you have everything to gain. So please give it a shot. You're not too late. I submitted at the very last minute, and I just thought, you know what? This has made an impact on the community. Maybe it's worth submitting. And I've gotten such an amazing outcome from it. So many supporters, such a great experience through this foundation. So definitely 100% submit.
Girl, you are going to take my job. That was excellent. That was very, very good. And yes, it turns out that like procrastination is not the worst thing in the world. It can give you that energetic boost to just get you across the finish line. So I couldn't agree more. Just go for it. So you're one of our regional winners. So how has that changed things for you for the Abbey Business Club? What does it look like now to have been an Ingenious Plus regional winner?
Yeah, so first of all, it just means way more opportunities for the girls in the business club, which makes me so happy. It means contributing more to our community. And in fact, I think we have a number of our supporters watching right now. So I'd like to thank Mrs. Cordero, Ms. Adams, and all of the amazing members of our club from everywhere for your continued support, for being part of this community. It means so much to me and to everyone part of our community. And it is also, I'm feeling so grateful to share this opportunity with all of you right now. So it's had a huge impact on my life, actually. And furthermore, it also opened my mind to way more possibilities than I thought were possible. It helped me kind of take a little idea and dream big. It gave me the space to dream big and set a big goal for the idea that started out as just a little thing. So I would say winning the award actually gave me the space to think big picture about what I wanted to achieve through Abbey Business Club and what impact it could make. And it's also given our club the opportunity to have so many reach ahead experiences that we would not have had access to before. So we've competed in international investing competitions for real clients. We have brought speakers to our schools, including an author of an amazing book called Branding Queens, which is about women building their personal brands in business. And we've even been able to go to an international business competition as a result. So it has been amazing. The impact has been astounding. And I'm just so glad and so grateful for the community.
Well, we're so glad and so grateful that you're pushing this incredible initiative forward, empowering young women, making, huge ripples in the world of women in business. And that is so important to us. So when we come back and check in on you a year from now, what are you going to be doing? What are the big plans for you, for the business club? Tell us what is in the year ahead.
Well, next year is for me grade 12, so big application season. And you best believe I will be picking up some business programs and furthering my knowledge as much as possible. But it also means, continuing to build this community, continuing to strengthen it so it still lives on even when I'm not here anymore. And we have so many big plans for the club. I'm so excited. I think the number one thing that has had a huge impact on us is having those mentors, having people come to speak to us, having lived experiences shared with us. And there is such a wealth of knowledge out there in this world, including from women in business and women identifying people in business that can share their stories with us. And we have so much to learn from them. I'm looking forward to doing more workshops, gaining more knowledge, because at the end of the day, it's not just all of the members of the club that's learning along the way. It's me learning too. And I'm so grateful for all the support we've had. So there goes another bell. I'll let you continue.
No worries, Simone. Well, I guess the bell means that it's time to go. And we couldn't be more grateful to have had you with us today. Your advice and your energy and your passion are just infectious and contagious in all the best ways. So thank you so much for being with us. We can't wait to see what you do next and what's next for the Abbey Business Club. So we just wish you all of the very best things. And yeah, have a great day at school.
Thank you so much, Jill. And one more time to all of you listening, I encourage you to submit your ideas. There is no idea that is too small or too crazy or too bizarre. You should submit it. Do yourself a favor, dream big, challenge yourself, and take advantage of this opportunity. We are so lucky to have the Rideau Hall Foundation putting on this challenge for us young students to be able to take our ideas and turn them into a real thing. So take advantage of it. You have the chance to win and make your idea come true and to make a huge impact on people's lives. So I wish you all the best of luck. And thank you so much again, Jill, for having me on.
Well, thank you, Simone. And I really am worried about my job here. That's making me a little nervous. She's really very good. So thank you again, Simone, for being with us. So next up, we have two more incredible women, Dr. Catherine Wilson, Director of Knowledge Co-Production, and Leanne Beaulieu, Project Mapping Specialist at SmartICE. So SmartICE are our Governor General's Innovation Award winners of 2019. And the SmartICE team is an internationally recognized social enterprise that empowers Inuit communities to adapt to unpredictable ice conditions. It is the world's first climate change adaptation to integrate traditional knowledge of sea ice with an advanced data acquisition and remote monitoring technology. As a social innovator, the SmartICE team harnesses the vast potential of young Inuit women and men to embrace science, technology, and traditional knowledge as a vehicle for economic development and well-being in their communities. I would love to say welcome to Dr. Wilson and to Leanne Beaulieu. Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Hi. Thank you so much for being with us. We are so lucky at Ingenious Plus to have innovators such as yourselves who are decorated, who are leaders in your field, to be taking time to give advice, mentorship, and encouragement to our young innovators. So thank you so much for being with us. And tell us a little bit about what SmartICE is doing now. What kind of projects are you working on that you can share with us to tell the SmartICE story?
Well, maybe I'll start, Leanne. So, hi, I'm joining you today from Kikatarjuak, Nunavut, and many of you are, maybe some of you are familiar with SmartICE, but SmartICE monitors sea ice thickness and works with communities across Canada's north, and trains local operators to monitor the sea ice using scientific equipment. The work that Leanne and I are doing is a little bit different, and that's what we'll get into in our presentation today, where we're learning how to map Inuit knowledge and work with technology, mapping technology and satellites to kind of bridge these two knowledge systems to create products that help local communities travel safer when they're out on the ice.
That's incredible. I think we have a presentation that I would love for us to go to. Is that ready, Jessie?
Oh, no, I think I'm doing that.
Oh, great. Well, then please go ahead. And Leanne, can you tell us, just while we're getting that ready, can you tell us a little bit about what it is that you're doing at SmartICE?
Sure. Yeah, my name is Leanne Beaulieu. I'm from Johaven, Nunavut. I am the Sikamik Kalimachu team mapping specialist. I was actually part of the pilot program with SmartICE where they taught us how to interpret satellite imagery to do this kind of mapping work in our communities. And now I'm actually helping teach the new cohorts that we have. So that's pretty fun. I enjoy it very much.
That sounds great. Thank you. Oh, I'm so excited to hear more. How are we doing here, Catherine?
Okay, now it's coming
now. Go right ahead.
So in this presentation, Leanne and I are going to share this presentation, and we're going to go back and forth. So I'll let Leanne start.
Okay, yeah. So a Sikumi Kari Majuti actually means a tool to know the ice. And this is a program that was developed by SmartICE to teach Inuit how to monitor sea ice from above. So the first slide is, why is the ice so important to us? Inuit have been utilizing sea ice for generations. Our survival really depends on the sea ice. We use it to harvest our food, which can also be used as resources. We can make tools out of the animals that we harvest. And it also connects us to our family and friends in neighboring communities. A lot of northern community or Arctic communities are settled by the oceans, so we use the ice a lot, and there's a bunch of us on islands, so we're surrounded by water, and we really kind of have no choice but to use the sea ice. So traveling between communities, like I said, there are no roads at all connecting to us. We can't drive to one another. But an example is a 30-minute plane ride from where I live in Johaven to Telegraph, which is about 137 kilometers. The lowest airfare is about $970, and that's for 30 minutes of flying. So it's pretty crazy. And if we were to travel by sea ice on snow machines, we would just fill up our skidoo with a full tank of gas, probably buy 5 more gallons. It probably cost like $80, and then you can travel there for a lot less money. How do we know the ice? Inuit culture has always been passed down their knowledge verbally. We share by telling stories or singing, and teach firsthand how things were understood as we knew it. My grandparents actually never wanted to take me out on the ice because of how dangerous it was. The ice has changed a lot since they've been traveling on the sea ice. It's a bit more dangerous, more unpredictability. So they were pretty nervous about taking us out there. Yeah, we are experiencing early melts, later freeze ups of the ocean. We're dealing with a lot more slush, which can be very dangerous. Our skidoos can fall through, get stuck, and then you're stuck out there too, and that's not fun. So, yeah, that's what we're kind of going through now, and what we want to do is just kind of help people, be a bit more safer when traveling on the sea ice.
So I'm going to explain a little bit about how we work in communities, because my role isn't to do the work in communities. My role is a mentor and to help train people like Leanne to sort of do this work themselves. And how we start is every community that SmartICE works in, we establish a management committee. And in Leanne's community, they call themselves Kikatarkmiut, which means people of the island. And so this is the group that decides how things with SmartICE is going to run in their community. And this management committee has been together since 2021. Because experienced hunters and elders have a mental map in their head, they want to be able to share this knowledge with that next generation so they can be safer on the ice. Yes, there's been climate change, but this is also a result of residential schooling, where some of this knowledge hasn't been passed down to that next generation. And so we work together to hold participatory mapping workshops so we can get this knowledge, this wonderful knowledge. They know where the ice is safe at certain times of year and where it's dangerous, and to get that knowledge and get it down on paper. So the way we do this is I go into communities and I hire people, and we do some training together. We hold workshops. We also learn how to do mapping online through Zoom classes twice a week. And we also get together twice per year, because we have communities joining us from Tuktoyaktuk in the Inuvialuit region all the way to Nain and Nunatsiavut. So when our colleagues, when we all get together a couple times a year, it's a wonderful opportunity for them to meet each other outside of a Zoom call.
And here is an example of an IQ map that I made for Johaven. This is one of the 3 maps that I made. It was based on Inuit knowledge from my committee. This is a central map which focuses on the main travel areas around Johaven, and it lists all the dangerous areas in the area, recommended travel routes. Johaven, the hunters, they travel so far. I actually had to make a south map and a north map. And these maps were actually printed and are made available for the community. So they're hung up in high traffic areas like the schools, the grocery stores, and any areas where people like to gather, like Hunters and Trappers organization. All the hunters like to gather there, talk about their trips, plan their trips before heading out. Many communities are concerned that the next generation lacks the local knowledge for how to travel on the sea ice. So the Riritarimut community wanted to document their accumulated knowledge to share. Willie and I, we were able to hold workshops in my community and document this knowledge. And we were able to produce a sea ice terminology book, which is a book that describes different ice types around our community, what it's called in English, what it's called in our traditional language, which is Inuktitut, and it also has some additional information in there. There's an example here, Uluavatnik. It's a type of it's a navigation tool that we can also use. It's a drifting snow, depending on which way the snow is formed. You can tell actually which way the wind has been going, and you can find your way home. So that's important to have in there as well. Another thing we would like to have are dangerous ice conditions. We want people to recognize these features when they're traveling out on the sea ice. So we try to have images that match the ice condition that we're talking about. Here's an example of an alkatnik. This is a large area of open water in the sea ice, which is caused by ocean currents, and that's super important for people to know. We also have posters. This poster provides advice for when you are actually traveling out on the ice. For example, travelers are told to bring an axe or harpoon to check the ice. If you strike the ice with your harpoon and it breaks, then it's not safe. 2 strikes, you're okay to walk on the ice. 3 strikes, then you're safe to travel with like your snow machine and sled.
From there, once our coordinators in the communities have developed their local travel safety products, and they've learned some initial mapping on a computer mapping, we then try to blend this with satellite imagery. And there's 2 types of images available publicly now. One is optical, it's called Sentinel-2, and the other is radar, which is called Sentinel-1. And you need to be trained to understand how these work. And so again, we hold workshops and we work together online twice a week through Zoom sessions, and we train our folks in communities how to interpret this satellite imagery. And we work together. So we all get on these Zoom calls, and community by community, we look at the satellite imagery, and we can draw on the screen, and we talk to each other, and we figure out what can we see from space this week, because you're getting satellite images this week. What can we see from space that we need to share with the community to help keep them safe? And so what we're doing here is we're blending Inuit Kauimaya Tukangi, or Inuit knowledge, and the maps that they've done in their communities with the different types of satellites to develop weekly travel safety maps. And so I'll let Leanne explain this is one example that she's done.
Yeah, so this map was from July 4th. We still have ice in July. It usually stays until the third or fourth week of July, so we can travel well into that season. That's a very popular time for communities to travel between one another. There's a lot of social events that happen that we like to gather together and participate in, and so a lot of my focus is between Johaven and Telebrock. It's the closest community to us, and it's really important to highlight some of the features of the ice. As you can see, there are a lot of cracks, which can sometimes not be visible due to snow cover, open water areas as well, even dangerous ice conditions. They might not be stable ice underneath. I took the Inuit knowledge from our mapping communities, from the paper maps, and put them onto the computer. I have some other information in there that they can use as well, like the coordinate systems on the side. They can input the coordinates for different ice features that they want to be aware of, so they can remember to cross a different way or help them find a path to get them there sooner. And this is produced each week. I have a new map out every Friday for the community. They're available online on social media, and they're also printed out and posted up in different places in the community. So my hopes and future my hopes for the future are that this work continues as long as possible. I have a niece here. She loves going out on the land, and I also have my godson. He also loves going out too, and it's so nice to see them having fun out there and being able to fish for themselves, and it's so cute to see, and I just hope that they're able to do this for a long time as well. And I think it's really important to us, our culture as well. So thank you.
Nakumik, thank you. That was so great. And I think all presentations should end with photos of really cute kids. I think that's a great way to drive your point home. It's so interesting what you're doing, and I'm seeing a lot of overlaps between what we heard from Simone and what we're hearing from you now, especially the fact that you are all women in innovation. You're all very focused on community and building a community. And I think also knowing how much you have to learn from those who have come before you. In your case, a lot of traditional knowledge that's being considered. So what do you think for young people, young women, young humans who are interested in pursuing innovation as a way forward, as a way to make the world a little bit of a better place around them? What kind of advice do you have? What encouragement or maybe even words of caution do you have?
I would say that, I'm sorry, Catherine, do you want to?
I think for me, I've had a complete career change later in life because of this work. because this was work that I was interested and passionate about. And it's always easy to just say, follow your passion. But it is so true. As soon as you put the idea out there that this is something that you want to do, things start to happen.
Yeah, we heard a lot of that with the just go for it, right? If you're just kind of making the first step and following what feels right, it seems like a lot of doors will start to open and paths will be forged in ways that they weren't before. Leanne, what's something that you have, kind of learned in your time with SmartICE that maybe has taken you to a place that you didn't think that you would be, or what kind of unexpected things have happened in your time on this project?
I realized since I've been with SmartICE how unique we really are, our culture as Inuit. It's a very different lifestyle that we live. We're very connected to the land, and we really appreciate what we're given. And I just hope that we're able to continue living our cultural lifestyle, and I'm just happy to be helping fellow Inuit travel safer on the sea ice.
So I think a lot of gratitude, a lot of recognition for who you are in the community that you come from. That's so great. And Catherine, I mean, you said you've kind of gone through a career transformation. What is your kind of philosophy on change, on being open to new things? What do you think that we can learn from all of the things that you learn every day from being part of the SmartICE team?
All you can do is try. When it comes to this type of training that we did, it's unique in the sense that we don't, my colleagues in the communities, they don't have to leave their communities. They can do this work. They can do this work for their communities. And it doesn't mean that they have to kind of travel south where it's not so comfortable for them to get an education or to get a job. And I think it's just about turning our expectations upside down. So if you think that, well, it's always been done this way, that's almost your aha moment to say, well, let's do it differently.
That's great. Those are very, I think, wise words, especially for young folks who are looking maybe to disrupt some existing patterns or systems, to not be afraid to do things differently and to not be afraid to, shake things up a little bit. That's wonderful. So if I'm a young person and I have this desire to apply for Ingenious Plus, to be part of this network that we have through the Governor General's Innovation Awards, through different innovation initiatives that we have through the Rideau Hall Foundation, how do you push me over the edge? What are your final words, Leanne? What would you say to me if I came to you and I thought, oh, I'm thinking of doing this, but I'm not quite sure? How would you get me over the finish line?
Sorry, I'm a very nervous person.
Maybe on this platform, I don't think you're a nervous person for all of the work that you're doing and all of the confident ways in which you're moving this project forward. What things have helped you to take a leap or to take a step? Have you gone to maybe a mentor, a family member? How do you get your confidence when making a big step?
My grandparents, actually, they're in the SmartICE committee, and I appreciate their knowledge a lot. They're my biggest supporters. They're always encouraging me and trying to tell me to be brave and use my voice. It's a little scary sometimes, but I'm trying to get used to it. And my grandparents, they're really awesome. And I just love them so much. And I appreciate their knowledge.
That's great. I'm sure they're very proud. Very proud. Ladies, thank you so much for being with us. I can't, again, thank you enough for giving your time and your advice and your expertise to help encourage our next generation of innovators, especially women in innovation. So thank you so much. And we are always in awe of what SmartICE is doing. So keep up the good work, and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So thank you so much to everybody who's been with us today. Jesse, if you want to come back in, we are accepting applications until February 22nd. So no time to waste, but lots of time to get involved. So yes, do what the banner says and check us out at ingeniousplus.ca. And thank you, Jesse, for this great season of innovation. And I can't wait till next year.
Thank you so much. Again, ingeniousplus.ca, so much to explore and discover there. More great stories. This program, everything we've done in conjunction with all the amazing awardees is on our YouTube channel. So if you want to type in Ingenious Plus and find all sorts of great stuff to keep the learning going, get inspired, you've got a couple more weeks to get your application in. And if you just want to see some other great things, it's all there for you. So Jill, thank you so much. To the entire Rideau Hall Foundation team, to our SmartICE friends joining today. If you want to check out more about them, their website, X, it's all there for you to explore and discover. And with that, we'll say a big farewell. Have a wonderful rest of your day, everyone. Bye for now, guys, and see y'all soon. Thank you so much.